Well, hello there, Scorpio. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. And if it's your first time on the channel, welcome. We're so glad you've joined us. So today we are doing a very special reading to celebrate the Lionsgate portal, which occurs on August 8th. And this is such an exciting time of year because this is when the veil is at its thinnest, where we can more easily receive downloads, bursts of inspiration, or mere momentary glimpses of what our life could be like if we allowed ourselves to take action towards what our heart desires. Now, this is really exciting for you, Scorpio, because this is happening in your 10th house of career. This includes your legacy, what it is that you want to leave behind, how you want to be remembered after you have left this earth. And so this is where you will have an inspiration of why you are here and what you are really meant to do. Now, I suggest that you watch not only your sun sign, but also your rising and moon sign. And the reason is because this inspiration will happen in your rising house. This is where you'll get that burst of inspiration to make some change in your life. Your sun sign rules your ego. This is where your fears are going to come in. Your ego doesn't like change, so it's going to try to not have you make any change. You're going to have this burst of excitement in your life, and yet at the same time those fears are going to come up. So we'll see how that plays out. And then finally, your moon sign is your emotions, and this is how this very important portal will impact you emotionally. So I really suggest that you watch all three and see how this will play out for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the overall energy for this portal for you. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. It does help to get my message out to more people. All right, let's see what we have here. Whale Spirit. Trust the great mystery. Oh, and in the flow. Okay, both of these are just this energy of things are flowing for you. If you think about it, whales weigh a lot. I don't know, tons probably, right? And it's, they are so graceful in the water, and the water also represents our emotions. Now, if you look, this is like a magic carpet ride, right? It's almost like a magic carpet ride. And that is the air. I feel as if you are going to see how you're going to get this burst of inspiration, some idea that helps you to see how you can emotionally change either your legacy or your career, building something that, really emotionally impacts you. Understanding the emotional impact of your work, your sense of fulfillment in what you are doing, especially on a daily basis, how this is impacting you. Wow. I'm also going to say they're showing me like this village down here, right? Understanding that you may feel like you're not part of a group. You see how she's up in the air, like you can see things down below you. You may even feel like you're surrounded by people, but you also understand that you're not part of the community. So for some of you, this could be that you could even be like the leader. Okay, so I'm a retired teacher. A lot of times I felt like I felt kind of sorry for the principal, because the principal, nobody wanted to really be friends with the principal. If you were wanting to be friends with the principal, sometimes that was because not that you weren't friendly with the principal, right? But if you were true friends with the principal, then people kind of felt like, oh, what are they trying to get from the principal? This is an energy of, like the principal or a CEO, somebody that's in charge of a company or oversees other people. You may feel like I work with all these people. The principal worked with all of us, but I felt like she never felt like she was part of all of us. Like the teachers all got along together because we were on the same level. When she walked in the room, the energy would change, right? And I feel like that's a little bit about how you're understanding your career is impacting you emotionally. That you don't feel connected to the people that you work with, or maybe you work from home by yourself, something like that, understanding that you're missing the emotional impact of being with other people on a daily basis. And I can relate to that. I work from home, but I'm so lucky because I live in an area where there's a lot of people that I can see socially, family and friends. And I actually, meet people through my work that I really enjoy too. So, and then I have your connection. So that's beautiful. All right, so let's take a look at this. And Scorpio, this is resonating with you at all. I do personal readings, and I actually have a special Lionsgate portal reading up right now. So if this is resonating, you'd like a more personalized version, you may want to check that out. The link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Yeah, look, you have the building blocks, right? Like you're building something, and it could be, a business. It feels kind of like a business. Yes, we have the Emperor here. I feel like you're building a business, or you own a business, something like that, or you work for a business, something in your career sector. And this is in your 10th house of career, right? So there's something here that you're understanding that what you have built or what you are trying to build, okay, is holding you back. See, you have deception and you have the Seven of Swords. Both of these it's holding me back. So your career in some way is holding you back. And I get the sense that it's holding you back emotionally from having connections that you would really like, because we have kindred spirit and we have peace under here, wanting more of connections. Yes, we have the Nine of Pentacles, just kind of being like on your own, this sense of not feeling connected to other people and not really knowing why. I mean, let's think about the principal. She was surrounded by people all day long and yet at the same time couldn't be friendly with those people, right? Couldn't make true connections with those people. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, look at this. So here you are, you're the Queen of Pentacles, definitely something in your career sector, building happy family, happy home, business savvy, all of that. And then you're trying to manifest more. What you're trying to manifest is connections, is emotional fulfillment in your work, either emotional fulfillment in your work, feeling more connected to your work, or more connected socially to people, either in your life or in your work sector. And I feel like what you're kind of understanding is that you have literally built some empire for yourself, okay, but you're by yourself. And once again, you could have people surrounding you, near you, but you just don't feel connected to them. It's about, okay, getting this burst of inspiration, this revelation, this epiphany of what changes you can make in order to open up to having some connections, deeper connections in your life. Lovers is not the energy of acquaintances, and it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, right? It's this energy of having true connections, true people that you can talk to. Really kind of like share your secrets with. Yeah, share your secrets with. You have no one to share your secrets with. This is the Seven of Swords is secrets, right? Understanding, okay, I have no one to share my secrets with. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, Scorpio, yes. So this is something that I feel like if you're resonating with this is, the energy of just missing having, it could be having a really good girlfriend, somebody that you can really connect to. And we all need that in our life. We really do. Okay, so let's take a look at how your ego is going to try to prevent you from making deeper connections in your life. Okay, so you have the King of Swords, and then you have the Dark Thoughts, and you have the Message in a Bottle. Okay, I feel like there is something, the King of Swords usually represents a male, but it doesn't have to be, but it could also be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it's somebody that's very analytical that's in your life, right? And so this could be, your boss that prevents you from getting to know the people that you work with, right? Or it could just be this energy of, it could be a little bit of your own energy of thinking that work is, okay, I go in, I do my job, and then I go home. Not taking the time to make connections at work, right? one of the things is when I was a teacher was, every morning the team would get together, even for 5 or 10 minutes before school started, right? Catching up with everybody, wishing everybody a good day, just, what's going on in your life and how can I support you? Because being a teacher is difficult work, emotionally supporting each other before the day even got started. And I feel like that's what you feel right now, that either the people in your life or a specific person in your life or yourself, okay, has prevented you from, having the mindset of life is more, this is kind of the mindset that life is all about what you build, how much money you have in the bank, the material things, the business that you build. But all of a sudden you're realizing, okay, maybe this is great. Maybe all of this money or this business that I've built or this career that I've built for myself is great, but I don't have any connections in my life. And the Queen of Pentacles is very much of a nurturing energy of wanting to have better connections in your life. Understanding I have to have not this is very like black and white, just very analytical, just going to work and just seeing the analytics instead of making connections with the people that either your clients or the people that you work with. And here's a message in a bottle. I feel like this revelation helps you to see how you can better connect either to the people that you work with, your clients, or even people outside of work, if that's what it is, just that emotional. I think you're wanting, this is emotions. The bottle is in the water, wanting that emotional connection. Now, I feel as if since this is your ego is going to be telling you that's not the way to go, right? If you make these connections, it's going to take away from your productivity, And I would fall into that. I'll have to admit, sometimes when school got really crazy, I would be like, I can't socialize, like that 5 or 10 minutes. I can't socialize. I have to get to work, I have things to do. And what you realize then is that you're pulling yourself away from the connections, the emotional support that you are wanting in your life. Yeah, look at this. So you have the King of Pentacles now, right? You have the Chariot, very much Cancer energy, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Understanding that maybe you have allowed yourself to fall into this energy because of people or situations that happened in the past. And it's now understanding, okay, wait a minute, I want a balance in my life, So you could have been, perhaps, you found yourself in a situation where you need to build your financial security for some reason, right? And you threw yourself into your career in order to get yourself financially stable. And now that you have, because you have the Emperor here, you're understanding that at the same time you pulled your energy away from connections. It's kind of like, okay, I want to have both. And with the King and Queen of Pentacles, you could also understand how your work or this sense of analytics of everything in your life, right, has prevented you, or perhaps you and a spouse or some deep connection in your life, that it's prevented you from having this kind of emotional connection. And it's just about putting more time and energy into it. Okay, so let's take a look at your emotional. This whole thing is very emotional. Look at this. You're showing up. The Death card, wanting to transform the energy of what it is that you want for yourself. Yeah, here and now. And once again, see how she is like on top of an egg. That's a house, her home, and she's sitting on top of it. It's almost as if you feel like you don't have, once again, that sense of I'm not at home emotionally. I'm not at home with myself or with the people in my life. It's kind of like I want that deeper connection. And it's not necessarily that you don't want to have a connection with these people, right? Or with your home environment. It's just understanding that your energy has gone to something else for some time. You're getting this glimpse about how you could bring that back in, having the courage to take action on this. Emotionally, I feel like you are going to be seeing, okay, the benefits of having that emotional support in your life. Yeah, the emotional support is just so tremendous. We all have times in our life where, we need that emotional support. And, it's really nice to have. You may be going through something even now where you're kind of like, okay, this is great. I have this empire that I've built, but I don't have the people around me to support me emotionally. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, dropping the burden. Yeah, I feel like, you have the justice energy. This is a little bit, karma has really been coming into play because the North Node moved into Aries and the South Node into Libra. This is Libra energy. Having some type of inspiration, karmic inspiration about how to bring balance back into your life. And I feel like karma is really coming into play a lot. We've seen that Libra energy popping out a lot. It's about dropping the burdens of communicating, of understanding that, okay, I have to allow myself to open up to communicating what it is I need and want in my connections. It could be that you've kind of like pulled yourself back from your connections, right? And it's about opening up to that and also understanding that it's kind of like communication is a two-way street, right? It's about listening and talking. It's not just about talking, it's listening and talking and allowing people to have that safe environment where they are willing to open up to you. I have to admit, one day, talking about the same principal, she came into the teacher's lounge and our team was eating lunch and, she sat down and we were all like, okay. And, at the time I was teaching 5th grade and it was the oldest grade in the school. And so she sat down and she just really opened up to something that she was going through. And she was like, I could use your support in this, and we all were like right on board, but she had to allow herself, right, to open up to her fears, to what it was that she was fearful of, allowing herself to drop the burden of those fears and allow herself to have the courage to let us know what was going on and how it was affecting her, because I think she felt like there was some kind of distance, and there really was. We had kind of pulled back a little bit, not sharing quite so much because there was a lot of pressure on us. And then she came in and she opened up about what she was feeling, but then she also asked us, how are you feeling, and allowing that conversation to be really open and in the flow, right? Allowing the conversation to be in the flow. And I feel like that's this situation. And it could be, once again, in a relationship that you have. It could be a marriage. It doesn't have to be, or it could be, this can also represent parents, business partners, anything like that. Having that connection, opening that connection up again so that you can have that flow of conversation, that flow of emotional support for yourself and perhaps for the other person too. All right, so let's go ahead and pull a soul truth card for you and see what we have here. Some final advice from Spirit. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Oh, that's interesting. You have peace. You are being summoned to have more peace. Peace is home for our soul. And then that's so interesting. You have the home card here, right? Yeah. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. Wow, beautiful energy there. I'm trying to see, is that like, trying to get it to focus on that. The King of Swords can represent those expectations that we have that are not being met. Perhaps looking at, the expectations that you may have for the people that you work with or your clients, or even perhaps because we have the home environment, people that, you could be married to, or family connections. Understanding that maybe your expectations at this time, okay, are preventing you from having that deep connection, allowing yourself to open up to reducing the expectations, right? Because it says we experience disappointment with ourselves and with a relationship when our expectations are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. So when you replace your expectations, right, for what you expect from the other people in your life, and allow that gratitude to grow, to really sit there and say, okay, how do I really feel? What am I grateful for with these people that are in my life, with what I have built, right? Being grateful for all of it, right? It will help to transform your emotions, your energy in those connections, and then allow this communication to flow so much more freely. Wow, beautiful energy. All right. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I wish you so much love and light and much energy around this Lionsgate portal, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.